10 seconds, 5 seconds, start. Mr. Speaker, sir, and my other colleagues, at the outset, it is my proud privilege to be in this house and participate in this important debate on the resolution relating to education. In my view, the most important problem today is education and its allied fields, as we know that the progress of a nation depends mostly on the type or structure of the education that its citizens receive from time to time. Hence, there is no doubt that we should give special attention to education. A sound system of national education is of paramount importance for the progress of the country. It has an intimate bearing on the general objectives of the 5-year plan. Under the circumstances, educational planning deserves first priority in a scheme of social service. In this regard, I would suggest that government should set up a committee for drawing up an objective plan for the education of the entire state. I earnestly believe that the system of education in our country should be revamped in such a way that every stage of education should be useful to the people. The entire economy of the country and the future progress of this nation depends upon the strong educational system that the country will evolve, and today the system of education is dominated by several examinations. The most important aspect is to make the boy really educated to become a good citizen of the state and lead a disciplined life in the society. I wish to emphasize that the whole idea of the committee's recommendation is that a large majority of students who pass out from the examination would not be in a position to take to university education. But in my opinion, it should not be that every student should take to college education. The secondary stage of education should be made an end in itself. The idea of secondary education is to give cultural background to the student. It may also give the necessary tools for the boy or the girl to take up higher education. The object of secondary education is not to send him to the university. It is going to be the minimum education in this country. In this regard, I would like to make 2 or 3 recommendations for the active consideration of government. If you leave the high school to the public and take up the responsibility of primary education, that itself would be a credit to the government. Otherwise, the burden on the government would be too heavy. It would not be possible for the state to run secondary schools and try to help the colleges. I would like to suggest that the government should have definite policy in respect of these different stages of education. At the same time, it should be the prime responsibility of the state government to undertake the running of compulsory primary education. If it is done, the economy will be improved, to a great extent. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Dear Sir, I am very glad to inform that our business has turned out very satisfactorily. Indeed, during the past year, notwithstanding the fact that much has militated against our progress, before dealing with the figures in the accounts, I think it is necessary for me to recall to your minds what I said at our last meeting. You will be remember those words on this occasion. Oh, how to meet an adverse balance, and it is deemed necessary to take immediate steps to improve our position. At the beginning, we brought forward a substantial amount, and now we are faced with a deficit. I am persuaded further that we could not have done better owing to peculiar circumstances which were in operation during this particular year. Those who were present at the meeting in all probability remember the statement on this matter in the past. It was felt that by some means we must regain our position, and therefore every circumstances likely to have affected the profitable working of the company was considered, and the result reflects great credit on all those who are concerned in the recognition, and I think that you are satisfied with it. Yours sincerely,